behind my husband had a discussion. When we had the discussion, I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll go PRN. I was working at the hospital at the time, so I went PRN before it hit. Now,
let's clarify what PRN is for the people that don't.
I went PRN means as needed, so just only when I am needed. So I wasn't working full time anymore, where I had a permanent schedule. It was more or less like I could pick my own schedule if I wanted to work, and if I did not want to work, I did not have to work. So that's PRN. But my husband, other than me, I caught on late to the COVID, but my husband caught on fast.
Okay.
Just before they started shutting things down, my husband had pulled my daughter from school. We had the conversation. He said, you know what? You can't work at the hospital, you know? So I was like, that's fine. So I went PRN. I started to look for me another job, you know, that was less, you know, exposing to the COVID. So I got another job at a long-term facility, rehab pretty much. And I worked with the rehab community, you know, and all that, where they were not taking patients from the hospital. Patients, yes. The patients were restrained to a particular number. Pretty much we only had like 6, and they were cognitive, people that were not exposed at all. They've never been exposed and all that. So that was what happened with me and nursing during, because at the end of the day, patient care still has to continue. So I was still doing patient care. I just took myself away because of my current family situation. I have a baby girl. I did not want to expose her, my husband. And you will see that a lot of nurses were beginning to get hotels at the hospital. To stay in. If you
quarantine.
you have to quarantine yourself while you're taking care of those COVID patients, just in case you also came in contact with it and got infected. So it was a lot with the whole nursing world. So
I mean, it's funny you say that, because I was just having the whole nurses having to have hotels. I was talking to a cousin who's a nurse in the UK, and it struck me when he said, you know, they come in every day and the hospital provides their whole attire.
Yes.
So, and which was good, because what that means is before he leaves, he takes a shower and takes it off.
Take a shower
before he goes. I was like, wow, that's so smart. Because I'm like, your scrubs, like I'm used to the US where they buy their scrubs. And he's like, no, like they give it to you.
No, but in all honesty, you say that's UK now. Even though my job started off like that, later on, because I work with a military base right now. Later on, they had to take military VA residents that had COVID. We had to start meeting them. And at that point, we had a meeting. They had a meeting with all of us nurses. It was a thing where you had to volunteer if you wanted to work in that unit. So we had a COVID unit. We had a separate entrance for our staff, the staff members that worked with COVID patients. We had separate uniforms, just exactly that. They got the uniforms, yes. For some of them that were single, that were willing to stay on base, they gave them apartments to stay on base. Yes, my job did that. That was very good.
That's really good.
Yes, very good. They gave them they came through a separate entrance. It was an entrance that they put a caution tape on it. None of us could go through that entrance. It was just those people that took care of the COVID patients. You know, they took a shower before they left work and go back home. So they were well quarantined. They were well taken care of. I think my job did a good job. And we just got tested, everyone just got tested like 2 weeks ago, and we were cleared. None of us on the job have COVID.
That's good.
I'm telling you, none of us.
Especially for having to deal with COVID patients in such close proximity.